Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the software engineering for second year CSE. Second year CSE. What is the software engineering? Software is a set of instructions to acquire the inputs and to manipulate them to produce the desired output in terms of the functions and performance as a determined by the user of the software. It also includes a set of documents such as software manual meant of the users to understand the software system. So here the software means we are going to develop any product by the user requirement. So what the user requirement, they going to develop a software that will be useful for anywhere. So there the requirements, they tell the requirements, we have to go the functionality. So what are the important functions, what are the major tasks, so where the major role will be placed, like the payment system or the selection of the process or somewhere else. So the software also takes a dual role. It is both the product and a vehicle for a delivery of the product. So maybe it should be a product or any delivery product. So suppose the product means, like example, we are having a different types of products like a Amazon, Flipkart, like these are the e-commerce applications. They're also we making as it is a software, because they're selecting the different types of items, and that items should be comes under the card. That card, after completion of your card, it goes to the payment link. Thereafter that payment link will be showing the payment gateway. All these are the steps we were making as these are the steps we call as a functions. Here the main functionality means the linking of the selection of the product is the one type of a function. Suppose if such a case, so these where the importance will becomes for the product, we making as a data is called as a functions, and we will check the performance. So performance means, so how it will be giving the right solutions. So right solutions means, suppose if you are making as a I am selecting a 10 products in a Flipkart, then automatically in the cart itself also it's showing the 10 only. And the payment also, the total amount comes under for the total payment gateway at a time. So these are called as a performance. So such as the software we also including the set of documents, because somewhere else we have to use the document instructions also. Like example, we use the Gmail password. Gmail already it is checking whether the already existing user is available or not. It comparing with the users, previously users, and the password it all having a 8 characters, and one is a capital letter. There we giving as a instructions when they entering the password. So that is called as a set of documents, such as software manual meant for the user to understand the software systems. So again, I am discussing what is the definition for what is a software. Software is a set of instructions to acquire inputs and to manipulate them to produce the desired output in terms of the functions and performance as determined by the user of the software. It also includes a set of documents such as software manual meant for users to understand the software system. What is description of a software? A software is a described by its capabilities. So software means whatever the user requirements, that we go for the describe. That is a we analysis the product. Then the software will have the capability to give the solution for the user requirement. The capability related to the functions it executes, the features it provides, and the facility it offers. Software written for the sales order processing would have different functions to process different types of sales order from different market segments. So when you are go for the any new product you are developing, you have to be check the markets as strategies also. There the software returns the how our utilization or how the capabilities of the software will be used for in different steps, different types of functionality. That will be define the market segments. That market also is acceptable any type of sales order or processing will be. So the features, for example, would be to handle multi-currency computing, updated product, sales and tax status. The facility could be printing of sales orders, email to the customers and reports to the store department to dispatch the goods. So when you are going to develop a software based on the user requirements, you have to be see, they go for the updation of the software also. Nowadays we all already we are using the different types of mobiles. There each mobile they have a, suppose if you are using Amazon or you are regularly we are using as a Google Play or Phone Pay, every 15 days or 1 month they are going to be update the product. That is a software. Because every when you are designing a software, it is having lot of bugs. Bugs means it is a error or we call as a like a example mistake, or it is not up to the mark. That is called as a bugs. In a software language, software engineering, we are not called as a error, it is a bug. Bug means we can change the analysis and getting the required input. Okay, that is called as that is a correction of the bug. So that means we are making as a correction of the bugs. So why the bugs will be occur? So bugs how the bugs will be occur? Because if the 1,000 people can use the, or 10,000 people or million of people using our software, they required, they having a 1,000 or 10,000 people thinking is different, and our software developers thinking of 100 members or 150 members, they thinking and they're developing the product. So when the 10,000 members are working on a particular software, lot of decisions or analysis they can do. If they find any bug or any requirement, then they told to the developer, so you have to include this one. Like that only our every 15 days or 1 month, the Phone Pay or the Google Pay or any software we are using, they're making as a updations. Because when the number of users are using, automatically we have a updations, like different bugs they are, we are going to be rectify the bugs by the developer. So here a software described by its capabilities, the capabilities related to the function it executes, the features it provides and the facilities it offers. Software returns for the sales order processing would have the different functions to process different types of a sales order from different market segments. So where here the sales orders means, suppose generally seasonal products are available in the market. Like examples, in the winter they use the pear soap for bathing, and in the summer they did not use the pear soap. So there you can go for the how the sales will be in summer, in winter and rainy season. That will be showing in the chat. That is making as a, if you develop any software, they make as an analysis. So they make as analysis, they go for the market segments, which product in the summer, which product will be more sales and which product is less sales, and where the and what is the market strategy, how the manufacturing of the units also you need to be developed. So our the manufacturing also we go for the uh, dramatically increasing, in the summer it will go for the less. So as well as the role of the computer software undergoes the significant changes over a span of little more than 15 years. 50 years back, it's little bit changes will be going on. One is dramatically improved in the hardware performance. So when you are using today we are using Android phones with a high processor speed. When you go for the back of 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, the phones are utilization is are also very less. When the old phone, like a 5 years old phone, if you take as a phone, today's any software we install, then automatically the phone will be very slow or hanging or something. The storage capacity is less. All will be comes under the software. So that when the software engineer have to be think future also, when the product developing, they're reducing the storage and performance is also high, as well as the market is statistics also we have to be analysis. Another thing, if you're making any software that is useful for the multi-currency. So multi-currency, India they are using as a rupee. If you go for the worldwide, they are using as a dollar, euro. So that also it will be support. So and the taxes, if you're giving as a benefits also, you use the tax. This much of a product you have to sell, you have to pay the taxes. All will be considered here. And if you can generate in the software, you can generate the emails, reports for the store departments. If any product less or any offers will be available, you have to send any goods for the particular. What are the software classes of software? So software classified into two classes. One is generic software, another one is the customized software. So generic software is designed for broad customers market whose requirements are very common, fairly stable, and well understood by the software engineer. So these are generic software means regularly using applications. They when the customer also or user also tell, I need like this or I need that, like a market strategy, or if you develop a supermarket, what are the small requirements they have, that is called as a generic software. If the customized software means is developed for a customer where the domain and environment and requirements are being unique to the customer and cannot be satisfied by the generic product. So that means when you're using the customized software, we need to new technology. They have and we acquiring the new technology and the new environment and the new requirements also. We have to be unique by the customer itself. What is a good software? See, the good software or the bad software is not there. Sometimes the result is not good, then automatically it's showing as a bad software. So the good software means software has a number of attributes which decide whether it is a good or bad. Same, see, the first definition is telling us a software has a number of attributes which decides whether it is a good or bad. The definition of the good software changes with the person who evaluates it. The software is required by the customer, used by the end users of an organization, and developed by the software engineering. The software is required by the customer, used by the end user. So, who is called as the end users? So, end users means those who want to be purchased, or those who have to be utilizing that persons we call as a end users. So of an organization, any organization means, suppose if you are using the Google Pay, the developer by someone else and the organization is different. So we are the part of the users, that is we call as an end users. So when the users are using, then automatically we get tell that the Google Pay is okay or Phone Pay is okay, or sometimes it is error showing as errors. So that is called as a good software or the bad software, because the utilization of the end users will be called as a good or bad software. Each one will be evaluate the different attributes differently in order to decide whether the software is good. What are the attributes of a good software? So the Software should deliver the required functionality and performance to the user and should be maintainable, dependable, and usable. So maintainability means maintainability. Software must be able to meet changing the needs. Dependability. Software must be trustworthy. Efficiency. Software should not make wasteful use of system resources. Software must be usable by the users for which it was designed. Maintainability means the software every time it evaluates itself to meet the changes in the world, so that automatically whatever the bugs generated by the users we have to be developed there. When they get the bugs, automatically it will be developed within the days, not for the, suppose I am getting today is the bug I have I find some 10 bucks today, so I want to be take 2 months or 3 months, then automatically the software should be a bad, because the users will not wait for the longer period after developing a software application or a software product. So that is the maintainability. Every time you have to be meet the requirements and changes, whatever the changes we have to be update itself and go for and send it for the updated system. Updated will be comes here. Dependability. So software must be trustworthy. Suppose here the software, whenever you are using the like a banking application softwares or any trustworthy softwares, or like we are giving as a security for making as any transaction, we use the security, that is called as a dependability. And efficiency. Software should not make a wasteful use of system resources. Suppose if you are in a mobile or the desktop, we are using we have to download a number of applications, that is a software, so that when we are not using any software, then automatically it cannot use the system resources. Suppose if in the background itself also if it is using a system resources, then automatically what happens, our mobile or any our desktop or any laptop automatically slow, because we are not utilizing, then automatically the software will be making the utilization of our resources, then automatically the processor will be slow, so that the efficiency will be calculating. If we are not using the application, then automatically you need to be utilization itself, you need to be uh, go for the sleep mode or something, the development should be like that. And usability means software must be usable by the user for which they was designed. So software, whatever the software designed by the user, requirement of the user, they have to be used which it was the design. What are the software characteristics? Software characters has a dual role. It is a product but also a vehicle for delivering a product. Software is a logical rather than a physical system element. So software is a logical because we are developing a software for the logic, otherwise we cannot need a software. So that is we logically thinking and do go for the developing of the software has a characteristic that differ considerably from those of hardware. Software is developed or engineered, it is not a manufactured in the classical sense. Software does not wear out. Most software is a custom built rather than being assembled for from existing components. So here these are the software characteristics. Types of softwares. So there are 7 categories of the softwares. One is system software, application software, engineering scientific software, embedded software, product line software, web application, artificial intelligence software. What is a system software? System software is a collection of programs written to service other programs. The system software is characterized by heavy interaction with computer hardware, heavy usage by the multi-users, concurrent operations that require scheduling, resource sharing, and sophisticated process management, complex data structures, multiple external interfaces like operating system. These all comes under the system software. Second one, real-time process programs that monitoring programs that monitoring analysis control real world events as they occur. Next, business software programs that access, analysis, and process business information. Engineering and scientific software uses number crushing algorithms for different science and applications. System simulation, computer aided design. Embedded software resides in a read-only memory and is used to control products and systems for the consumer and industrial market. It has very limited and accurate function and control capabilities. Artificial intelligence program makes use of AI techniques and methods to solve complex problems. Active areas are expert systems, pattern recognition games, etc. Internet software programs that supports internet access and application. For example, search engine, browser, e-commerce software, authorizing tools. Next one, software tools and case environment. Tools and programs that help the construction of application software and systems. For example, test tools, version controls tools, or you can go for the designing a web application tools. These are called as a software tools. So that is manually you can utilize the tools and developing any applications we are using as a software tools.